I'm trying to keep in mind what you've been doing because I'm watching you, and I'm like, okay, this is what I can be going for. I don't need to exactly do what you do because you're going to read that. Because you're going to read that and then you're going to translate it to something else because you're going to mix up on me.
Well, here's the thing about that is whether or not I'm going to read what you're going to do, you have to give me something to read, right? So even if you think, okay, he's going to be 10 steps ahead of whatever you're planning to do, it's like, okay, I might be, but you have to prove, or I have to prove to you that that's the truth. Right? So let's say, for example, if we started off and I've never seen you play in your life, you've never seen me play in my life, and we go 1, 2, 3, and I just go like this, because I assume you're not going to shield, because let's say you're going to just jump in place, try and go like this, let's say you're going to give up space, you have no idea what I'm going to do off rip. So for me to think, well, if I just go 1, 2, 3, dash attack, and you're going to immediately shield, so instead I'm just going to not do that, there's a chance that I could have landed that dash attack, hit you with another dash attack, and then got a ledge trap, all because I tested you. So whether or not the person that you're fighting, and this is the biggest thing in Smash, in my opinion, is whether or not the person is better than you that you're fighting, make them prove it to you. I'm not saying do stupid things on purpose, but I'm saying don't think that I'm going to just outsmart you automatically.
Yeah, because those options are there for a reason.
Yeah, and here's the thing, is I've actually lost whole sets because I believed that, and I've heard like top players say this in the past, that rolling is the worst option you could possibly do from ledge. If you roll from ledge, you're basically trolling and you're trying to die. Right? So I was fighting against an Ike player and I never rolled. So all he had to do was this or that or that, and I was getting clapped for free, right? Meanwhile, he wasn't making, he wasn't reacting. He just was, he wasn't reacting. He was just reading the fact that as soon as I got the ledge, I wasn't going to roll. So he never had to turn around. He never had to dash back and do something. He never did like turn around up B. He did nothing except for a face forwards at like this distance right here.
Yeah.
And I lost because of that, because I was told that rolling is the worst option. And I basically ledge trapped, or I covered the roll option for him, if that makes sense. He didn't have to think about it because I just never did it.
You did the groundwork for him, so
Exactly.
he didn't have to think as much.
Exactly. So for yourself, one of the things that could be working a lot more is honestly running up and shielding, because I have not been going for very many grabs at all, right? And the reason why I'm not going for grabs is because you're not shielding. So if you're not shielding, if I throw something out before you, especially if you're going for like dash grabs or jabs, I can go for forward tilts, down tilts, or dash attacks, and I'm going to hit you basically every single time first, right? But if I run up and go for a dash attack on your shield, that's really bad for me. That's where you can go for up smash out of shield, you can go for nair out of shield, you can get grabs, right? You can do all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to be in a world of pain if I keep on doing dash attack on shield. Or if I like, let's say I go like this and land on your shield with like a fair, and then I go for like fair into like a down tilt. If I do that, you can immediately go for up smash or immediately go for up B, and you can catch me. This is the sliding scale that you were talking about. Well, if you just run up and shield every single time, eventually I'm going to start grabbing, right? But the sliding scale is, yes, eventually I will start grabbing. But the issue is that I don't have infinite time to adjust. So let's say you run up and shield and you do that over and over and over again for the first like 80%, and I don't stop you ever. If that's the case, now you have a lead, and now you don't have to run up and shield. You can now run away or play bait and punish, and I have to now chase you while losing. So even though I've figured you out, the game isn't tied anymore. So it doesn't matter if I know, okay, he's gonna run up and shield, because it doesn't matter if you're going to do that. Or actually, in that situation, you should be adjusting and saying, I'm not going to do this anymore, because you've successfully done what you're trying to do, which is get your lead.
Okay, I see what you mean, because therefore it's a part of mixing up, essentially, because then...
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It would be essential.
So think of it this way. So let's say, same thing with like walking up and shielding, or running up and shielding. If I go like this, then you hit my shield, and all I did is that. Every single time. Go like this, go like that. Go like this, go like that. Over and over again. Eventually, let's say I have a 23% lead, which is not insane, but if I was doing a better combo than just nair, eventually I'll have you at like 50 or 60, and now I can just run away from you. So if I'm running away, I have no reason to do this, right? I can run up to you and then run away. And now what you might do is, if I go like this and you're assuming I'm going to shield, you might run in and go for a grab, because you think I'm going to run up and shield. But now that I have a lead, I don't have a reason to put myself in harm's way with running up and shielding and potentially getting grabbed. What I would do instead is run up to you and then dash away. And when I run in and dash away, if you go for a grab, I can now come back in with something and hit you and continue pushing my lead.
So then basically, for example, then let's say we're in that scenario where you've basically conditioned me because you're going to go for shield and then nair, or you're going to do rising nair.
Yeah.
Then if you do that, but if I overextend, let's say, for example, I just do this after you've done this, and then you run it back, and I just run up to you and I don't shield, then I could still be able to technically grab you then, and that might be a mix-up on my end. But that would have to be at a reading situation where I know, okay, you're going to start, you might run back.
And dash away, yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what I would say is, if I'm dashing in and dashing away, if you have, or say if you're down, I would not be going for a grab in the situation if I'm down and it's getting punished, or let's say I've abandoned the run-up shield and I start dashing away. Instead of you going for your grab, you could be running up and going for a down tilt, which is super fast and super safe. So even if I run up and shield, right, I can't really do much about that. As far as like if I nair out a shield, then you can go for like an up smash, or you can go for a nair of your own out of shield, or go for an up tilt or something. Right, so if you're gonna go like this and then go like that, or let's say you go like this, then dash away. And as you're dashing away, I'm nairing towards you. Now you can catch me with an F smash or like an instant dash attack or something, and then punish me. And this is what you would call conditioning or layering. This would be layering as far as in neutral, right? There's a lot of hypotheticals going on right now, but this is what you want to think about versus saying, okay, he just knows what I'm going to do, so therefore I'm not going to establish a foundation for my neutral. So yeah, it's rock, paper, scissors. It's like saying rock is the best option, therefore everyone goes for it, therefore I'm going to use paper instead. But now paper is the best option because everybody thinks rock is, right? It just goes on forever and ever. Now, and then because of that, scissors is. And then there you go. If someone's not thinking, now rock is. It just goes on literally forever. But if you don't establish it in the first place, that's why the game is also best 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5. You have to establish in the first place, okay, I'm going to do this and see if they know how to deal with it. If they do, then I adjust. If they don't, then I win. Make sense?
Essentially, push what you can until they see past it, and then try something else.
Yeah. So exactly, if I was to keep it as like brain dead simple for myself, as far as things to do. If I run up to you and I down tilt, and you never ever adjust, I'm gonna win because of that. It doesn't seem like that's fair that I could win with one move, but I really would, because if you always just get hit by it and I get combos and I get a chance to switch to Pyra and just go for nair or tilts or whatever and kill you, then I can win because you don't adjust. But if I'm running up and going for a down tilt, if you just jump over top and come down with a fair or come down with a dare and hit me for going for a down tilt, or you outspace me with an F smash, then I have to adjust, right? So it's putting the ball in your court to say, okay, he's proposing an idea. Do I know the answer? If the answer is no, like you don't know the answer, then you lose. I guess the tricky part that goes along with this as well is that it's always ever changing. It's not like, oh, he just runs up and shields, therefore if I just counter that, I now win, right? It's not that simple, of course, but you want to try and propose other ideas. That's why you have dashing up, then dashing away to bait out. The narrative shield, you can go for a tomahawk grab, right? You can run up and then you can shield yourself. So if I'm going for narrative shield versus like shielding and then going for a grab, then you can punish that narrative shield by running up and shielding. So I land on your shield. There's options that you do have. It's just exercising them. Let's put it that way. It's not easy, but it is simple. If you know the answer, the execution is the difficult part.
And that's when I should have been ready for F smash.
You could have also gone for foresight there, just to make sure you're actually going to get it for sure. So shield while I hit your shield, or yeah, give you shielding while I hit you, and then go for your up smash at the shield once you get foresight. Back there? Okay. Yep. That's the exact right thing to do there. I was going to say, if you go for anything other than that, then you're trolling. F smash, you might have gotten an F smash there, but it might have been too slow, and it would have been very tragic if you didn't get that punish.
Yeah.
And then if you went for like a down tilt, it would have been fast enough, but I wouldn't have died. Turn around. So right there, if I'm not necessarily at low percent, but you definitely don't need that many pummels, so you're better off just throwing me. Going for your positional throw is fine, whether it's like a forward throw or back throw, or just go for the down throw. Even at this percent too, if you want to go for up throw and then switch, you could try and cover the juggle situation with Pyra. Okay.
Try double grab.
Yeah, right there. I think I hit you with forward tilt on shield, and you try to turn around and grab. If my spacing is decent, like I think that forward tilt was actually moderately well spaced. If you're at a death situation where it's like if you mess up what you're about to go for, it would actually mean your life, then you definitely want to just reset there. Going for that grab, you got to think risk reward too. If you get that grab, I'm definitely not going to die, right? So there's going to be a point in time where you're at high enough percent where what you go for has to be positional, as far as hit me with a forward tilt, hit me with a dash attack if you can, or if you have the chance to kill me, just like I have the chance to kill you. If I make a mistake, then it either has to be like a very hard punish, like a simple punish like an up B or an up smash out of shield, or an air out of shield, or if the spacing is too good and you can't just turn around and get something fast and you want to just reset, and just try and value your life. That's all. So I'm going to stop you right here and say this is the last thing that you want to do. As far as be like, well, shit, I got to play Pyro now to make this comeback. You still got a lot of time, but you definitely want to stay Mythra. Okay? We don't actually have to stop. I'm just saying you don't want to play Pyro in a situation like this because now you're combo food, you're slow, and I can run away and camp if I want to if you play Pyro, right?
Yeah, and then I can speed up with Mythra to be able to catch you.
You got to play as Mythra right now. It's not fun because you want to do damage, just try and get a kill early, but unfortunately that's just not the character. So this percent, if you're looking for a punish with Mythra, I'd be looking for Lightning Buster if I go for side special on stage, or if you go for F smash. Honestly, if I make a big mistake, let's say I go like this, I land right in front of you, that should be death, right? Something like that. I know we're kind of staging and playing at the same time, but if I'm doing that consistently, you should be thinking, okay, if I get a grab, it does nothing. If you get like a forward tilt, it kind of does nothing, right? Oops.
Yeah.
So right now, if you're a Pyro, this is fine. Right? I'm at a high enough percent where literally anything will kill, something like that. Right there, you want to try and drift away from me. You were out of that combo, right? But you tried to stay close. I want to see down throw instead of a forward throw.
Ooh,
that's just unfortunate. I DI'd in there. So the down throw wasn't wrong. I just DI'd in. I would rather see you go for up air there too. First things first is you said that Pyro Mythra is the secondary, correct? For sure with Mythra, the one thing I want to work on is trying to get in with your down tilt a lot more and trying to get your combo game going. I wouldn't say necessarily abandon the grab, but if I'm not scared of getting hit by dash attack or run up down tilt or run up like pivot cancel forward tilt, if none of those things are happening to me, I'm probably not going to shield, which means it's going to be extremely hard to get that grab. So if I'm not shielding and I'm more than willing to try and box with you, then you should be throwing out things like your down tilt or your forward tilt or your dash attack or your nair or your fair, just to try and say, hey, if you don't want to shield, I'll just hit you because you have a sword and I don't. When you're going for your combos, even if your combos are not amazing, like let's say you just get like down tilt, up tilt, or down tilt nair, I want to see at least 2 hit combos. Once you get to the more fancy stuff like the down tilt into the raw back airs, that can come with time, but at least when you're coming up close, go for your down tilts and try and get at least down tilt, up tilt. Like down tilt, up B, or up air is fine. I'd rather see that than down tilt fair. In my opinion, down tilt fair is one of her worst combos because after fair, you can't do anything. It's at least nothing true. It's just down tilt fair and then try and cover an option. So down tilt, up air, down tilt into nair, down tilt into an up B, right? Something like that just to get your damage. I can say that if you're going to go for your up B, you do have to be pretty quick. And once you land your up B, of course, you're in free fall, right? So you want to fall away from me, not next to me. Okay. Yeah,
because I want to keep my distance as much as humanly possible.
Yeah, you want to try and keep yourself safe because you don't want to get a combo and then get punished for landing a combo. That would be very tragic.
Nope.
Right there, if you just buffered the nair, that would have worked. That's not what I wanted.
So you're going for that.
Right, they just go for a dash attack. You don't really want grabs that much. If I'm super scared, like your grab game is okay with Mythra, but it's not her bread and butter like how it is for Falco or Sheik. Because like, yeah, you've gotten like 2 grabs. And if you went for down throw, like you could try and just go for the up air there. But even then, like I don't really love her grab game as far as combos. You're way better off going for like even landing there. Landing there into like, you can get into basically anything. Landing nair into back air, another nair, like a rising nair into a fair, up air. If you're super fast, you can get like jump lightning buster. I like that you're playing relatively elusive. Like it's not super easy to hit you, which is good. Mess him up. Yeah, it's a good time to switch. That should be death. So right there, you definitely want to go dash attack or forward tilt. At least just try and get me off stage. Your throws are just not going to do it. If I'm at like 200 and you go for down throw, I could die. But like once again, grabs are just not it. If you're going for grabs like Joker, it makes a lot more sense. Like I understand like where the muscle memory is coming from. But for Pyro Mythra, you got they are sword characters, but they're not really. Like they're more like Roy, if that makes sense. Like you don't want to do like show hot fair in place, for example.
Ooh,
but their grab combos are definitely not it. Like as their go-to thing. Oh Jesus, not like this. I tried to go for a forward tilt or like a dash attack there to catch the landing. Might have been there.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah, if you have Pyra above you, if she wants to come down with nair or down air, he's probably going to land it because the move is gigantic. But if I do it on your shield, it's not safe at all, right? So that's when your up smash could be coming out if I want to land on top of you, right? Or if I come down, you can try and get out of the way and if I could dash attack on my landing. Because this does have landing lag.